The S&P 500 finally made a new all-time high today. Now, a lot of people think today is a little bit of a squeeze up and close just a tad above the previous all-time high. They think this will have the market reverse. Although, yes, we did see some negative divergence on the advanced decline and the index. So we could see a little bit of a pullback in the coming days. But I will show you things in this video that indicate there is higher high coming in the near term. So stay tuned. All right, what you are looking at on the screen here is not the S&P 500 cash index. What we're looking at is the EMini SP 500. The reason why I want to look at the EMini SP 500 is that it have the traded volume on the EMini SP 500 versus the S&P 500 cash index. It does not have trade volume on it, so I could not go and analyze the volume profile because I want to show you something in terms of the volume profile. And then we're also going to take a look at the SPY, which is the ETF for the S&P 500. And again, we will also take a look at the volume profile. Now, we know that the S&P 500 closed at a new all-time closing high today. But if you look at the EMini right here, the EMini S&P 500, I have two levels up here. One is the all-time high, which was the made on February 19 of this year. And that all-time high level is 3393.75. And then on the overnight, the overseas session of that, on February 19 or into the early morning of February 20, okay, the all-time high was 3397.50. Today, the high is 3390.75. So as you can see, it is shy of the all-time high, even on the regular trading hour session. Now, the things I want to show you here is the volume profile. You could see I have a volume profile for this last 6 days. And you can see the composite volume profile for this last 6 days. Here's the value area here. That's the 70% of the traded volume is within this price range. And what I did is I, kind of box in just a little bit below it and also above it to get most of the price, within this range. And you could see that today, if you look at it on, basically in the last few days, the last 5 days, it pretty much, been confined inside of this value area and what we call just basically been doing a balancing, just doing some sort of balancing. Except here, this right here, we got a little bit of a liquidation break and it got the bear all excited on that day. Then the following day, we just gapped up. So once again, we're basically looking at this balance area here. And you see this morning when it opened, it gapped up above this balance area, but wasn't unable to hold it. And then it came back into this balance area, the value area. And typically in this type of a move, it is more like a look above and fail, and we would expect it to come back, trace all the way back down to the other side of this value area. So at least down to this 3361 level. But it did not. It stopped short of it and then started reversing and then went back outside, of this value area and then kind of chop around here and build up a new value area up here and push the point of control up at this level. Now, one could say, well, I think it's getting long here. We might get a little bit of a liquidation break. That's fine. So the thing is, let's say we do get a liquidation break tomorrow. And if we see a liquidation break and come back into this value area and then peak back above it, then look for this thing to come up to at least check out this 3397.50 because that level has to be taken out in order for the S&P 500 or at least the EMini S&P 500 to say it has a new all-time high above this 3393.75 that was made on the regular trading hour session on February 19, 2020. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking at right now. Or it could just very well just come up, and move up and take out this 3397.50. Now, so when you see the EMini S&P 500 is going to move up and have higher level to go, then although the S&P 500 cash index is already close at a new all-time high, but this right here on the E-mini, the future is pointing that it will go higher. So in other words, we should expect the S&P 500 cash index to go higher as well. So now, how high would it go? Well, we have no idea how high would it go. Where will it encounter any type of resistance? Because it is in a new territory. There is no prior level up above this level here to tell us it's going to encounter resistance. So one of the way that we do is we take this distance of this value area, of this balance area, and then we just move it up. So basically look for the 1x. So I'm going to use this Fibonacci retracement tool and set up. This is the distance between this value area, and then we move it to 1x. So you could see it's somewhere around 3,404. So look for 3,400. Nice round number, 3,400. Okay, so that's basically what we are looking at, and so that will get at least above this 33.97. Now let's take a look at the SPY, the ETF for the S&P 500. Again, I basically have boxed in the area where that value area is for the last 6 days. Okay, and basically I kind of draw it a little bit below the value area, and in this case I also kind of use the top of the value area high as the top of the range, because you can see that is a nice defined area on the volume here, and then got a little bit of a cutoff here, a low volume node here. So essentially, if I do the same thing and mark up that 1x, and that put it up to at 340.51. So again, it's basically close to that, 3,400 on the E-mini S&P 500 future, and here 340.5. The round number is 340. And that's the number that we're going to keep an eye on. Okay, again, you can see that basically the S&P 500 ETF, the SPY, has pretty much been fluctuating within this balance area for the last 5 days. And then today, it popped out and it came back in. So basically did a little bit of a look above and fell, but it never came down here to below this 336 area before it bounces back. So right now, it just came in and shake somebody out, and then squeeze some of the short that came down here. And basically, this is a P profile, right? Usually that would represent a short squeeze. So again, we essentially looking, if tomorrow we get a little bit of a liquidation, come back into the value area, we basically watch for it to come back out and then move up above the 339.08. Right? Well, today is actually went up to 339.10. So 339.1. That was the high, the all-time high right now for the SPY. Okay, so we're basically looking for this thing. Again, if it come in, look for it come back out from this value area and it pushes up. So basically get above this new all-time high that was put on today. Because the other thing is, if it doesn't come back up, then we're basically looking at this to retrace back down to this 336 area. So, and then see how it react inside of this balance area, and then maybe balance it out a little bit for a few days, and then get another push. Okay, but right now it looks to be more of one is come back in here into the value area, then pushes up. Or the other thing is basically just come up and pushes through and try to target that 340 on the SPY and 3,400 on the S&P and the E-mini. Okay, if you find this video useful and informative, be sure to give it a thumbs up and give it a like, because that will help this channel a great deal. So thank you for watching and stay safe.